I never told him. Like, the media channels were so good that even though I had told him, hey, at the end of this, I don't actually end up with Desiree, a week later he's calling me, I saw this blog, I saw this thing. You know, he's thinking I'm throwing him off course because he's so convinced that we end up together. It wasn't until the week prior to the actual show airing that he calls me and he's like, hey, I'm starting to... were you telling me the truth back in the beginning? And I'm like, yes, I was telling you the truth. I've told you 5 times now. So that was interesting because I was watching my own father be like, yeah, I don't know.
Sucked into the narrative.
Yeah, he was just totally sucked into the narrative. So coming home after the show was interesting with my family. Obviously, every Monday that my phone was blowing up, mainly from questions from my family members. Well, was this really like this? And so I tried as best I could to get all of the friends that I knew were going to be texting me in one place to watch the show and do like a question and answering session on Monday. I'll tell you, Mondays have never been so stressful in my life because I knew it was going to happen. It was like living in limbo for 2.5 months. I just wanted all the episodes to air and just get it over with. So they were exciting but stressful at the same time. And you know, it's been interesting now that I've been able to ramp up social media and be able to speak on that platform. And what I also find is interesting is just because people watch The Bachelorette, that audience, doesn't necessarily mean that that's all they care about. Perfect example, by the way, go back a slide. This guy verified my Twitter account, so if you have any leads on this one, we'd love them, so still on the lookout for that guy. But, we're appreciative because he, did verify the account, but the point I'm trying to make is in Twitter and Instagram, I really try to take the approach, and I'm just now starting, that there's other interests, and I'm interested in other things other than The Bachelorette, as anyone else would have other interests, so I try to speak to those interests, and if you go to my Twitter, most of it is just sarcastic. I try to make it aha or funny moments, just content that's shareable, that people will like, favorite, or retweet, because in the end, that'll help, maybe build a new audience and rebrand myself as someone else other than the guy that...
So it's funny here because anytime Brooks tweets, we watch and the blogs pick it up. It's like they're hanging on every tweet, waiting to hear what Brooks has to say next. And I don't know if you watch the show, but I couldn't stand one more poem from Chris. And then he managed
Someone
to
asked me to write a poem, by the way.
So, actually, Brooks and Chris are great friends. This was all in good fun, but it's funny that a tweet like this got picked up and had people writing about it all over, and a whole other round of traffic for Brooks and Fit.
Yeah, and so on Instagram too, switch that picture, please. Thank you. I'm just trying to show the different varieties of life and what it is, give a window and what it is that I do. And what we're noticing too on Instagram is conversion ratios of likes. I only have 12,000 followers, and I say only in comparison to the Twitter, which is almost 40,000. But the conversion ratios are really high. They're 2,500 or 1,500 to 2,500 per picture. I have an audience of 12,000, so we know that more viewers actually see that don't actually participate, and so that's a nice little case study about kind of interaction with that crowd.
So like was alluded to earlier, we didn't do everything maybe that we could have done. We weren't perfect in this. I think we feel like we have a lot of good things that came of this. The fact that we're here at this conference today is because of what we did with the videos and with the social media stuff for Brooks, and because of Brooks. And so